Is it even working? Wait, how come YouTube is not live? Oh, there it is. Okay, hello. This should go a lot smoother than last time. There's not too many people here yet, but I actually gave my last live stream a listen, and just listening to it, you know, you learn a lot about yourself. And I've learned I say the word like way too many times. I think it's just from being in California. The Valley Girl accent is extremely prevalent here, and unfortunately it rubs off on me. I also have my music at a way better volume. In fact, last time it was so low that YouTube was like, it was claiming so many songs as other songs just because it recognized the beat. It was very strange, but that shouldn't happen anymore. And also my audio should sound so much better. But yeah, also my energy is a million times better. I was on 5 hours of sleep last time, and I realized I was talking so slowly, just at a snail's pace. So everything should be better now. I'm always extremely anxious when I start, like, oh, I just said like, there we go. I'm gonna really try not to do that, but yeah, my drawings might start out really bad, but I'm hoping just as the stream goes on, I'll just forget about the chat and draw nicely. I'm gonna start with this pig guy. This is a illustration for an unreleased game, Nightmare Cops, for Newgrounds Picollage. The due date is in, I think, 2 days, so I really need to get on this and just finish it. You're gonna see me struggle a little bit, and I just need to accept that. Okay. First off, I have no reference for this guy, so I'm gonna pull up the trailer really quick and just bring it in. Nightmare Cops trailer. There he is. Gonna pull this in. A lot of the proportions here are a bit fucky. I'm just gonna have to kind of fix it as I go. This may turn out horrible. I've like, especially, oh, I just said like, fuck. Especially with illustrations, I feel like I'm always more experimental, so I might end up changing a ton of things. I just said like, fuck my life. I have a ton of colors here just to get me started. But honestly, I think I'm just gonna start with a black outline to start, and then maybe I'll change it as I go to other colors. I haven't been reading the chat at all, so let me check that out really quick. It is not even showing up in the pop-out windows I have. That's very strange. I guess I'll just have to click manually. Have I ever thought about making my own game? Yes. I wanted to make Grading Simulator into a game, but thinking about the amount of animation work makes me want to cry into a pillow. Just, it would have to be 3D models or something, and that's so far out of my scope at the moment. So I'm sure I'll make a game one day. That is on my bucket list of things I want to do with my life. I think I need to make the background less dark. It's hard to see at the moment. There we go. Get a smaller brush. I haven't warmed up whatsoever, so it'll be a bit slow getting started here. I do wonder how close this game is to completion. I was told that they were working on the final boss almost 2 years ago, but also just knowing it's an animated game, I can imagine how much work there's probably still left to do. I may not read chat as much as last time. I think just because I actually want to get work done, it's really hard for me to split my attention. But I'll still look up, like, fuck, I said it. I said it. I'll still look up every now and then. You know, actually, I had a mishap the other day. For the 2 people that were there, I accidentally started live streaming on Twitch because Megan, my girlfriend, hit the stream button while we were playing a game. So if the 2 people that were there hear this, I don't know what you heard or what you saw, but that was very embarrassing. And I don't even know what we said. I'm sure it wasn't bad, but I've never streamed gameplay before, so that was just some weird, just I was being watched and I didn't even know it for an hour and a half. It's a very unsettling feeling, but it was probably all fine. I think we were just complaining about the game. It was Split Fiction, that AAA game by the same people that made It Takes Two. Really, we were just kind of complaining about the writing the whole time. It was a 10 out of 10, like, it was a Game Awards type of thing, like, that's sort of a huge game, but the whole time I was playing it, I felt like the characters were so uninspired. It was pretty much just there's the cynical one, and then there's the optimist. And it really was getting to the point where I could just predict every single line of dialogue. Oh, you know what? I should probably make a tweet that I'm actually live. I am live. There we go. I went back and forth on if I should use Clip Studio or Toon Boom for this, but I'm so comfortable in Toon Boom. I felt like it would end up coming out better. My arm is shaky. That is how you know I'm anxious. Because my lines are turning out like doo-doo. Poo-poo doo-doo. To the person that asked, I'm drawing Nightmare Cops for Newgrounds Picollage 2025 with 2 days left to submit. I waited way too long. And oh, hello RGP, hello Kobe. I want to improve this. Yeah, I love Orange Lounge. These songs get stuck in my head so easily.
Wow, he's quite a personality.
Oh my gosh, I've been muted this whole time. I accidentally hit the mute key. Holy shit. That might happen just because I set it to a weird key. Let me fix that. My bad. I wonder how long that's been happening. Let me set it to something less easy to push. "5 minutes? Oh no. I said thank you to the person who gave $10. And I was talking about how I have some music videos in the works. But I've never decided on one to do because I'm always unhappy with the song. What the hell? Thank you for $20. It's Jover. He was muted for a whopping 5 minutes. Yeah, the whole stream is ruined now. This hand is completely covered by another character. I don't even know why I'm drawing it. I hate this. I hate how this looks. Hold on. Can I do an impression of Snellbert entering the woo wave? So just screaming at the top of my lungs? I remember when I recorded that, my dad, like, he swung open the door of my room to ask if I was okay. And I think he was in a work meeting, too. Maybe you know what, I should add some spit coming out of him. I've never been good at drawing liquid. I think it always just turns out too stringy. Okay. Enough dilly-dallying. I'm gonna go drawing by drawing and just color it. And then, since Toon Boom lets you change colors pretty easy, I'll just end up having to change them over time. That's everything, yeah. Oh, he has a pocket here. What does this guy do for a living to support this? Absolutely nothing. This is pretty much all I do in my free time. This is Toon Boom Harmony. It's a really bad hand. I'm gonna redraw that later. Heck, wait, where is that? I'm struggling to find where I put this. Oh, here it is. There we go. I messed this up so bad. Okay, I can salvage it. That's so bad. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Alright. I think I'm gonna do shading and rendering last and just try and get some basic colors and line art down. Uh, the difference between shading and rendering, I always think of rendering as more complex. Shading, I guess shading is more just dark values, whereas rendering can be both. I think of rendering as adding three-dimensionality to a flat drawing. But maybe that's not even right. I'm losing a bit of the pose with this arm here. Yeah, I used Flash back in the day, and after spending, I think, almost 12 hours working on a horrible Mario. It wasn't even for any project. It was just me being a psychopath. I was trying to reanimate an entire episode of the Super Mario Brothers Super Show by myself, and I spent, yeah, I think 12 hours of my day reanimating it, and then Flash crashed and I lost all of it. I think that was my worst moment where I just wanted to cry. I still used it a little bit after that, but as soon as I started using Toon Boom, I really liked it. This hand is not turning out good. It really is. I'm just gonna say it over and over, but it is very hard splitting my focus. I won't make excuses though. I will still have quality. Whoa, dude, I'm so sorry that happened. It's okay. It was so long ago. And the crazy thing is, I didn't even take a day to stop. I just went right back to it the next day. It turned out worse, but I just kept going. I don't know what was wrong with me back then. Man, I hate this hand. I find it almost harder to draw stylized cartoony hands than hands with 5 fingers. Maybe that's just me though. At least drawing them in a way that I find good. I'm just gonna try again. I'm never happy with it. I think that's better. I just needed to cover a finger. I kind of hate this pose still though. But it's half cut off. You know what? It's fine. Man, how do I get this foot to come back the right way? It's like every time I switch to my sketch, it all looks okay, but when I try and clean it up, it gets a little funky. I think that's probably good enough. Okay. He's in love. This is a small reference to one of my cartoons. Two homoerotic slimes in love. I call them globs, but I don't even think they have an official name, or at least they didn't the time I made that video. Stinko Brown. Hey man, I love your art. Thanks, Stinko Brown. What made you choose that name? Being stinky and brown. I can't fault you for that one. What made you choose the name Magibobble? I went over this before, but I really liked the Pokemon Magikarp, and for the longest time I went by the Magicalist Magikarp on Steam. Someone called me Magi. I thought that was way nicer. I was like, oh, Magi, that sounds nice. But so for a while this channel was just called Magi, like way back in the day. And one day when I started posting animations, I just thought I should make it more complex because Magi's already taken by an anime. So I looked up a random word generator and it generated Bobble. And I thought that fits my personality. Even though it's a word I didn't even know the meaning of. I think it's some sort of armor bracelet or something. I think that's what that word means. But I just thought it sounded kind of like bobblehead. The splat effect is turning out mixed. I don't know, but there we go. I'm gonna try and fix the perspective on this. Oh yeah, I forgot his sandwich here. Yeah, no problem. I don't think anyone has to binge anything I've made. It's all good. I'll answer whatever if I see it. And I'm glad to hear that, Zoe. That sounds shitty. I really like frogs. I think they're pretty. They feel very special. I always want to incorporate a frog design into something one day. I remember I was at an aquarium in Japan, and they had a I can't even remember what it was called. It was some type of frog, and I just thought, I looked at it and I thought, wow, that's a really cool looking creature. I've never seen anything like that before. Is that even what a hammer looks like? I don't know, but it looks close enough. I think if I slipped on a frog, I would never be able to wear those shoes again. It would just always remind me of the blood I spilled. How would you even know you stepped on a frog afterwards, though? I mean, I guess depending on the size of the frog, maybe it'd be chopped in half or something. But wouldn't it just be a stain on the ground or something? Oh yeah, no, snails. Snails, you just know the second it happens. I feel like I remember seeing snails so often as a kid and being happy, just being just seeing it. I was like, wow, a snail. I haven't seen a snail in so long. Where did all the snails go? Uh, what song was that? That was Amiibo settings from the Wii U system menu. Drawing a Circle compilation, 10 hours. Drawing a Circle extended. There we go. Thank you for $2, Big Mike. This is for a collage on Newgrounds.com. It's called Picollage. I think there's one every 5 years, and this is art of a game called Nightmare Cops. It's unreleased. Who knows when it'll come out, but I think it's pretty cool, so I wanted to make some art of it. Aw, thank you, Big Mike. I really appreciate the support, my friend. This is Toon Boom Harmony. Toon Boom. Toon Boom. Okay. Is there anything I'm forgetting? I think that's good for now. I'll do some of these guys. Why is my Sona cute? I don't know. I'm not ascribing any particular qualities to it. I think you've come to that conclusion on your own. Really, my Sona is just there because I have a complete lack of, like, I just don't know what else to have represent me, so I pretty much just stick that there. this even, what did this character even look like? Hold on. This is the highest quality screenshot available. Let me see. Yeah, okay, the shape is way off. Man, I don't know what the fuck this guy's problem is in the chat. Like, dude, there are people who just sit in front of a screen and react to YouTube videos, and there are people that watch that. Like, what in the world is your issue? If people want to sit here and have drawings on in the background, I'm sure half of them are barely even paying attention. I don't see the issue with that. I think maybe you have some things you need to work out. I'm not single, sorry, Spiky Cactus. And also thank you, Divi. I'm sorry to hear that bug is still there. Have you identified the bug? A wheel bug. The fuck is a wheel bug? Pretty cool. I don't know how that sort of thing gets into your room, but honestly, if it's there for that long, maybe you know, maybe it's past and you need to clean that off your screen at this point. my god, my brain. Okay. The past, I think, 1 minute has just been an autopilot. I need to wake myself up. This line art is so inconsistent now. This is just gonna be boring. I don't know. I'm pretty much tracing my own drawings, so yeah, don't expect anything crazy. I don't know, it's a fucking drawing stream. Who cares? Don't watch it if you don't care. Yep, I use Toon Boom. It's fucking crazy, man. The animator uses an animation software. What the hell? I don't mean to be mean. I'm sure you just find it interesting. I don't know. Oh yeah, I wanted to thank Hugosi for feeding me today. I forgot to eat breakfast and she delivered me a sandwich from Jersey Mike's. She's literally keeping me alive. So thank you. Shout out to Hugosi. Yeah, I talked about it a lot last time, but I would almost, I really think I would recommend no one to get an art degree, really, unless you have the money. I just, I really think in order to succeed in art at all, you already have to be so self-motivated that school is not going to help you get through that. Oh, I think I need to pull up the Nightmare Cop's Twitter. I don't remember how to draw this sword. Let me find an extremely low res screenshot to reference. Hold on. Alright, here we go. Thank you, Lemon. I'll see you in another life. I'll see you around. See, I would not compare this to Slightly Artistic at all. I really think I just lack charisma to really make this entertaining. Already trying to be funny is a completely different skill from drawing, so trying to mix those two things together is a whole other thing. Yeah, that's the power of that show name. Guy's an asshole. He's cutting the branch of the other one. This guy is gonna meet his demise. And it's forever just locked in time. He's just gonna be suffering forever in this poster. What if he cut the tree branch and the rest of the tree fell while the branch stayed, like in a cartoon? See, I almost like it more if, in trying to fuck over his friend, he ends up just cutting the whole tree down and falling himself. I kind of wish I thought of that earlier. I don't think I'm muted. I really am just trying to focus. And I haven't been seeing many questions, but if there were more, I would try and answer. It is very hard to tell where this scarf starts and begins. I'm just gonna assume it is around his neck. Giant crossbow handle. Wait, what in the world are you talking about? This thing? I'm pretty sure that's a scarf. Oh, maybe. I'm honestly not sure. It just looks more clothy. I thought if it was slime it'd be more round. And I'm pretty sure it flows in the wind. Also, I have to agree. I honestly, I don't know. I can't stand call-out posts. It kind of drives me crazy. I never understand why you would need to share that stuff with the world, unless genuinely there's enough reason to the point where you're trying to protect people or something. I just don't understand why none of that couldn't be solved offline in a lot of cases. Especially ones that are just, this guy is kind of an asshole. It's just, I don't know. It really depends on the severity, I guess. If it's stealing money or something, I think that deserves to be called out, but a lot of things are just, this guy was kind of mean to me. Let me make a 10-page thread about it. My question is just always, why is this online? Like, why are you posting this to strangers? What's been driving me crazy is these art vent posts that people are posting online. It's pretty much telling the world all of your insecurities and weaknesses. I'll never understand that. I've never understood that. If you have friends, why not just talk to them about what's going on in your head? Why would you confide in complete strangers and let them know all of your weaknesses? It is just probably attention. I mean, that is the only thing I can think of. Thanks, Choki29. The way I use art. You know what, maybe I'll just have it kinda come out from behind these weird tumor balls. He has suspenders on? It's a little hard to tell. Yeah, I really do agree. I think people just see other people doing it and they think, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to tell everyone about my high school friend drama online. And I just assume they're gonna regret it in a few months. You really don't need to share that stuff online. Yes, and then there's stuff like streamer drama too. I can't understand that either, where people tune in to hear someone talk about why they don't like their old friends or whatever, and you're just wondering like, why does anyone tune into this? I don't know. I can't understand it. How do you get so invested in someone else's shit? I guess it's just having nothing better to do. That's true. You people are watching this right now. I really am just tracing my drawings and making them slightly better. So what am I to say anything? Of course, right after I say that, I have to struggle just drawing a single circle. It just makes it all look so much worse too. There we go. No, I'm still not happy with that. Shit, you're right, that hand is misplaced. Well, this guy's weird. He has no arms, as far as I can tell. So maybe that's okay. Actually, no, you're right. I don't like that. Jesus Christ. Shade Haxer, you did not have to fucking give that much. I really appreciate that. Holy shit. Uh, thank you. I will. I will pay her back. I really owe her a lot. So thank you. And like, I I don't know. I said I forgot to eat this morning, but it really is completely my fault. That's not on anyone but me. So I'll probably buy her dinner or something with that. Thank you. Um, it really is crazy. I try not to talk too much about this sort of thing, but I really do make more off of just one of these streams usually than an entire month from YouTube. I make almost nothing from my cartoons. This channel just kind of sits around and I just post my work here, so you know, shit like that is pretty life-changing. I don't know. And I hate I never want to come off like I'm e-begging on, like no one owes me anything, but shit like that is it means a lot. Thank you. Yeah, no, animation is I I I really believe it is the worst medium on YouTube for monetization because you're spending months creating something and if it flops or whatever, it's just like, well, that entire time is just down the drain. But I really just love doing it. That's why I keep posting stuff. I'm really trying to get to a point where I can post at least once a month. I just always have something come up or I'm just not ready or something takes longer than I expect. But I really am gonna try to do that this year, even though I already failed. Just I want to try and get 12 videos out by the end of the year. Uh, okay. You know, this foot is so weird. I think I'm having trouble visualizing where his other leg would be landing. I'm not even sure it would be visible. Maybe I could just have his foot poking out here? I don't know. I really wish there were some other angles of this character. This is what I get for choosing to illustrate a game that's unreleased. I have to scrub through trailer footage and find one drawing to work off of. I've it's crazy. I keep getting recommended these videos that are the thumbnail is just an amount of money and it's just this is how much I have made in 1 month automating AI content for children and it just it hurts to see it. It's just wow, you're putting out actual nothing. It's just pure it's just there for a child's eyes to sparkle at the absurdity of what they're even looking at and then that's it. I don't know, you're just adding nothing to the world. Dude, what the fuck? What the fuck, man? I almost feel too bad to accept that. Like you don't have to fucking do that. What the hell? I'm like sweating. You're making me sweat. I don't even know how to accept it. I don't know. That that's insane. That's more I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Shade Haxer, I'm gonna open your profile picture and zoom in and try and draw it right now just because you did that. Thank you so much. What the fuck? Okay, you're a purple deer. It's so low res, I can barely make it out, but I'm trying. Uh, there you go. And you know, this is nothing compared to what you've done for me. I mean, holy shit. Let me try a different angle. Hold on. All right. This is so bad. I can't draw animals for the life of me. Uh, and I just never have learned proper animal anatomy. I'm just gonna draw whatever comes to mind. This is you with your udders. Because deers probably have udders, right? Or not udders, but, you know, the reproductive nipples or whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm still so taken aback, I can't speak properly. Um, and your udders are shooting out money. This is me and taking it. This is what I look like, by the way. It's a 1-to-1. Okay, this is horrible. Whatever, you guys get the point. I just wanted to say thank you by drawing something stupid. Um, even though it looks horrible. Just thank you. Okay, that's it. No one has ever told me I'm a genius. I don't think. Except for maybe my deceased grandfather. But I think he just said that because I shared his blood and he wanted to build me up. My grandfather, I don't know if this is what I'm remembering properly or not, but when I was younger, he pointed to a plaque on the wall and he was like, "This is from President Obama. He gave me this because I sent the White House music." And I still don't know if that happened or if that was a fake memory I made up. But he was a musician, so there's a chance Obama has listened to my grandfather's music. I remember maybe a year before he passed, he just told me to show him videos on YouTube, and since he loved music so much, I showed him, you know, how musicians will who play an instrument, they'll play whole songs and they'll have a split screen of them playing the same instrument for a whole song. I showed him Megalovania saxophone being played by one guy and he couldn't even comprehend it. His mind was blown. He's like, "But how is there two of him? How did he do this?" Like he could not understand. I don't think he was famous, but he did love making music. So apparently he was actually in movies in Egypt. So maybe I don't know. My grandma was also a singer, and I think she played in some things too. Uh, okay. What do I need to do next? Oh, I need to get reference of this guy too. Uh, Oh, you know what? I never drew this coin in either. Hmm. Yeah, it is a really strange feeling just knowing you can never talk to them again. But blowing smoke rings at goats, that's a pretty unique story. It's the sort of thing where you're just like, I wish I could have fucking talked to him and gotten to know him better. I really do think my musical side must have come from him, because beyond making animations, when I'm making music, I straight up can't stop. I'll just be up till 5 a.m. It's almost something I can't control. Uh, wow. Yeah, no, cancer is fucking awful. I'm sorry to hear that. Uh, and I've just heard so many stories of people getting screwed over. Like they go to get treatment and then their insurance doesn't cover it all of a sudden, or just shit happens so out of their control, or it happens at the worst time. Okay, wait, how do I draw this coin? I'm trying to draw it indented into the coin, but the perspective is so tilted, it's a little hard. Yeah, no, I feel you, Shade Haxer. I really feel like just going to work and coming home, it does not put you in the mood to draw. It takes a lot out of you. But I would say don't give up. I think there's always time, you know. You just gotta find it in the hardest of places. Okay, this is not turning out the way I want. Uh, Maybe I'll just draw it flat and then I'll crush it into this spot so it looks proper. I'm just gonna try that really quick. How do you draw an S? Oh my gosh. It's, it's making me lose my mind. It's crazy. I can draw so smoothly, but anytime it comes to letters, I just feel lost. I've always had a horrible handwriting. My like all of my homework when I was younger was so bad. My teachers would go to my parents and ask them to make me fix my handwriting, and I really have not improved. I think it's just to improper. Okay, there we go. Something like that. And there's always, I remember in school, there was always that girl with glasses. She'd always have glasses, and she would just draw bubble letters in her notebook so neatly. And I would just think, why can't I be her? That's not true. As a kid, I was like, that's a girl thing. I don't want to draw. I'm just lying. I was reading Majora's Mask manga over and over again every day in that class. Like, does the US dollar sign have one line or two? It has one, right? Or is it two? I've lived here my whole life and I don't know off the top of my head. Okay, that symbol in chat doesn't help because one, it's so small I can barely tell, and the line isn't even going through it all the way. Just look at your keyboard. Um, let me see. I think that key is the text is rubbed off on my keyboard, so I actually can't see it. A lot of the keys on my keyboard have been so used that I can't even see the letters anymore. I'm just used to keyboards, so I know where they are. But I'll trust that it's one for now. Okay. I'm trying to make it look three-dimensional. Wait. If it's indented, it would be like... Oh, I see. It'd be like this. I think that's good enough. Oh, you know what? And then right there. Like that. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. It's an S with the line in the middle. Okay, so it does go all the way through. I kind of lazied out. I just wanted it to be easier on me. Wait, but how does that become indented then? Or should it just... My brain hurts thinking about this. I think it's so flat that it doesn't matter. No one will be like, you didn't copy the game exactly. I don't think. I'm gonna see one person comment that and I'll regret not spending the time. Also, I would say comparing yourself to others, like don't let it discourage you. If anything, I think being inspired by people you look up to helps a shit ton. Really just use it as motivation. Be like, I want to make something even better than that, and then just keep working at it until you can do it. Thank you. I don't know tunes. They're so funny and inspirational. Also, I like your art style. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Ah, thank you. I had one guy comment on my I actually I'm not sure if I should say this. I don't want to say where they commented, but they essentially on one of my tumor posts, they basically said like fuck you for making this. Cancer is not funny. I hope one of your family members gets cancer and you laugh about it. And I just thought it was interesting that they want my punishment to be that I laugh at my own family member for getting cancer. And I always just wonder, how did they take that away from the video? At no point in the video did I say, haha, people who are horribly sick are funny. I just think, you know, their series, there's there's Breaking Bad, which has funny moments, even though the main character has cancer, and he's a horrible person. It's media, you know. I feel like you could just write about anything. I don't know. I don't understand how people take away the worst possible thing from that, but that's just how it is. Yeah, it's also possible they're just joking. I mean, you can never really know. I just thought because there were lots of it was typed so fast, there were typos and stuff. I just thought like this person was angry. They were definitely typing really hard or something. I don't know. Oh, you know what? I just realized every single time a song stops, it just doesn't continue. I'm not sure why. Wait, maybe autoplay? Where in the world is YouTube autoplay located for playlists? I can't find it. This is driving me crazy. Settings, playback speed, it's just not there. Someone asked if I was on Twitch if I was working on Nightmare Cops. That would be cool, but no. I don't think they would ever accept a new team member at this point. Oh well, I'll just have to change it every time. How long does it take to make your animations? I would say, man, it's so hard. I was gonna say maybe about a month per minute, but for grading simulator, it was about 3 months for the whole thing, and it was about 4 minutes. But also scripting and all that, and voicing and that and music, that does take time too. But it was about 3 months of pure animating, I guess. Maybe 4 months total. I guess I'd try and use that as a metric to guess, but it really depends on the character designs. If I have an idea right away. Has anything ever taken you more than a year? And do you think something in the future may do so? I actually don't think I've ever spent over a year on anything. At least not only working on one thing for a whole year. That's never happened before. The thing that took me probably the longest was my first my Oni Plays animation, the Hooter trial. That took me, I think, 8 months of almost constant work. But I just think now it would absolutely not take me that long, so I can't really use that as a example anymore. I was in, I think, I was still in middle school and then high school during that, so that took a lot of my time. I just remember to motivate myself. After 5 months, you just think, "Oh my God, this is taking so long. Will I ever finish?" But I really just was thinking to myself at that time, as long as I come home and do one scene every day, it will get done eventually. And then I tried to do that, and yeah, that's when it finally came out. I really just tried to do at least one scene a day. And if I finished early, I would try and start on the next one to make it easier on the me tomorrow. Uh, oh yeah, no, there are people who just dedicate their entire life to one project, and I personally really respect that. It's just they know what they want to be known for, and they just stick with it, sort of thing. There will absolutely at one point be a project I dedicate a huge chunk of my life to. I just know there will. It'll probably be a game or something, if I had to guess. I know that fate will choose me eventually. I really hope whatever it is, I choose something that I don't get tired of. Because there's absolutely projects I've worked on where halfway through I just realize I'm not really having fun anymore, but I still have to stick through it. I just hope if I end up working on something for years, it's something I really enjoy working on. The fact you can animate so much, so cleanly like that all by yourself is incredible. Thank you. You know, I really was not clean with it for a long time. You can look back at some of my videos not even a year or two ago, and you will see a ton of lines overlapping, like this sort of thing. It just took a lot of time learning how to make lines flow into each other nice. Look up line flow, I think that's the term, and just try and keep that in mind while you're working on stuff, like making lines flow into each other nicely. Like even here, you could see despite this being cut off, it still flows into the next shape. I mean, you could always improve it, like see, this is like a point, so you would want the hair to kind of come out of that point too. But I'm lazy, so I'll just fidget with it. I don't know. It's just small things like that. Good night, Zoe. Thank you for sticking around. So long. Hi, Magi Bull. Love Dragon Ball animation, and I like more recent stuff. Thank you. Yeah. Fuck, I just lost my train of thought. It's not your fault, though. Oh, I was gonna say, really the thing that helped me get cleaner lines was studying Togashi's art style, the Hunter x Hunter guy. Because just trying to replicate that manga style is really what got me trying to draw cleaner. I'm drawing a lot slower now. I gotta lock in again. Maybe this guy's hair actually goes over his antennas. I have never been stung by a bee my entire life. Maybe I'm just lucky, I don't know. They just never have wanted to taste me. Not taste, you know what I mean. Kill themselves on me by stinging me. Oh, I want to fucking do this. I might need to bring up the trailer again. Or actually, you know what? I think I have one of them here. Yeah, okay. This will save me. What is the weirdest thing you ever microwaved? Man, let me think on that. That's hard. Mm, Tinfoil? Does that count? I microwaved tinfoil once, and it exploded. I think it was food from El Pollo Loco or something, and they gave it in a tinfoil wrap, and just that day, my head wasn't all there, and all of a sudden I heard my mom screaming, and it turned out I was microwaving tinfoil. Okay, this is so strange. I cannot find autoplay on YouTube anymore. So I think I'm just gonna have to put on like really long playlists of music instead. I think my brush size is too big for this fist. I'll have to make it work. I really expected to get way farther on this, but I do think I might be a bit slowed down. I think I'll just go until I finish some more line art and then call it a night. The deadline is in 2 days. What is one of your favorite Nintendo games? I fucking love Nintendo. I really was a Nintendo kid. It's changed over the years. I feel like as I get older, I appreciate some of the nicher games, or I guess some of the less popular franchises. I really love Metroid and just the atmosphere of Metroid games. I think Super Metroid is great, but the controls kind of suck ass nowadays. Metroid Fusion is just really pretty. I love the sprite work in that game. Maybe Mother 3. I fucking love Mother 3. The music, the art, the story, it's just all so fun. And it brought me to a Gary's Mod community, which is really what kind of introduced me to a lot of the internet. Earthbound I played later, and I didn't like it really quite as much at all. I think the music is really great, just with how almost psychedelic it is, but Mother 3 is just so much better in terms of gameplay and story. How do you prevent yourself from getting cramps from drawing so long? That to me sounds like you're pushing too hard, which is honestly pretty valid. I hate the word valid. Why did I say that? I was gonna say fine, and then I switched to valid. I don't know why I said that. Just try. It's really hard at first, but try and set your pen sensitivity to be I guess more sensitive. That way, in order to get really thick lines, you only have to push lightly, and just over time it'll force you to have a lighter touch with your pen. But for the longest time, I had to wear arthritis gloves almost every day because my hand cramps were getting really bad, and sometimes I still put them on. But yeah, using your shoulder more also is very important. Don't draw with your fingers. For the love of God, do not draw with just your fingers. It's horrible. I started drawing with a mouse. I think that was the worst it ever was. trying to animate Mario characters with a mouse. I've shown this in the past, but just because we're on this topic, I kind of want to show some of my first drawings with a mouse really quick. Here. This is my first ever art on the computer. Pretty fucking cool, I know. Look at that toad. Oh. I was trying to animate an 8-minute long Fine Sauce fan animation. And you know what's crazy? I got almost 4 minutes into it. You'd think I would give up after almost 10 seconds, but no, I got really far, but it's just lost media now. I only have these screenshots and that's it. Yeah, this is it. Pretty cool. Look at that texture. See, I was ahead of my time. I don't even do stuff like that now. Look at look at the amount of frames. What was I doing? I don't even know. Just all animated on ones because I didn't know how to animate. I really wish I didn't lose it. Because there was so much. I think it was on my old laptop, which bricked itself after a few years, so I can never open it again. Alright, what is left here? I honestly think I might have to line these on my own time. It's just gonna take me too long trying to refine it, and this pose especially needs a lot of work to make look good. Their body types are also just so different from what I'm used to drawing, so trying to, especially this pose, trying to like compress the human body is just not something I'm used to doing. Maybe I'll just work on some background art stuff. Here. Background real. That's how you know it's the actual line art one and not the rough. Real. And I'm gonna set my brush size just a little bit smaller. Actually, that looks too small. You know what? I'll just go with 4. Yeah, no, Shade Haxer is... That name will forever be trapped in my mind. Seriously, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's like... I don't know. I don't know. I feel so weird talking about money at all, but that is literally more than I really take even in commissions. So that is insane. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. I wish I had free college. 'Cause that just sounds so nice. I would just go for something I really want to learn, like 3D modeling or something. Or programming, for God's sake. You know, there's so many things I would love to learn, but just there's no time. I can't afford it. Do you think you will buy the Switch 2? Not right now. It's just thinking about thinking about the cost of the games and the console combined and having to pay more and more over the years. That just is so unappealing to me. I think I'll just hold off. I mean, oh gosh, Mario Kart does look so cool. It is a shame, but yeah, no, I just can't do it right now. Oh yeah, no, it's gonna do amazing, I'm sure. My only thing with that Mario Kart game is it really bothered me that they're advertising this open world thing, yet it looks like there's almost nothing at all to do in the world. I don't know. I just feel like, you know, put some bosses around the world, put some character into it. It just kind of looks too empty to me. I really feel like Nintendo just that with all their games lately, they have an amazing, really solid concept, but they never put effort into the side modes or adding extra content into the game. It's just this is the game, this is what you're getting. There's no secrets, there's no surprises really. But I mean, we'll see. Maybe that Donkey Kong game has a shit ton of stuff they haven't shown off. I haven't really been keeping up with it. The Donkey Kong one does look pretty fun too. Just seeing him surf on rocks and shit. I don't know. And it looks like the Mario Odyssey art style. And I love that game so much. Mario Odyssey, I think, is seriously the last game I could not sleep over. I remember being in marching band in 9th grade and just no one else cared, but I just could not stop talking about it. I was so excited. I played it that night up till 5 a.m. even though I had to wake up for a field trip the next day. Uh, Mario Party 9 was my second ever Mario Party game. I really didn't care. I still thought it was fun. Everyone was bitching about the car, but I thought it was whatever. I think Mario Odyssey was the last game that I really felt like they put their all into. Everything else does feel a little half-assed to me, but maybe that's just because everything's more expensive now and games cost so much to make they can't put in all those extra modes. I'm not really sure. And there's always been flops of games or games with not as much content, so I guess it's not a new issue. That's just how I've personally felt about their newer games. What the fuck is this chimney? What am I doing? Dude, pay attention when you're drawing. What the hell? For some reason I have a feeling they wouldn't do AI stuff, but maybe. I feel like I could see it come in a small way, like they want a character to talk to the player or something, kind of like what Fortnite just did with the Darth Vader thing. But I don't see Nintendo ever putting AI art into the game. I don't know why, I just feel like they wouldn't, but maybe they'll prove me wrong. and I'm not, I hate to say this, but I almost hate some people who are so anti-AI, it's almost obnoxious. It's like, it doesn't always suck ass. I think if it's done ethically or in a fun or interesting way, it can be kind of cool. Like the whole Darth Vader Fortnite thing, as I mean, the voice actor himself said he wanted to do that, so I just feel like it's, you know, whatever. It's Darth Vader talking to you live in a game. That's kind of interesting. I don't think that's inherently evil. I guess you could question, because he's dead, how weird that is, but again, he and his family said they were okay with it, so I just feel like you can't really get on their ass about that. I think it's when you use AI as an excuse to not hire someone that's kind of lame, but if you're using it in a way that only AI can kind of replicate, I think that's fine. But, you know, I'm saying this, but I still can acknowledge that most of the time it's used in a pretty shitty way. I just feel like if someone uses it as a tool or whatever, maybe it's not the worst thing ever. As long as you can show there's still artistry behind something, I think maybe it's not as horrible. But again, that could be misconstrued in a lot of ways. There are a lot of people who are just horribly untalented and use it to make money and cheat people off of stuff. This entire drawing is AI, by the way, guys. An AI is actually creating it live in front of you. I'm just talking over it, pretending. There was a YouTuber that I used to watch called Ross Draws, and he was recently exposed for just straight up using AI images in his art book. I find that so crazy. Like, that guy is such a talented painter. He was making paintings before AI even existed. Why does he feel the need to do that? I don't understand that. Especially, it was in an art book too. Like, that's something people are paying for, to be inspired by you as an artist. Why the fuck would you just use AI prompts? I don't get that shit. To me, that's so fucking insulting. I don't know. If you're using it to inspire yourself in private or whatever, like, fucking go ahead, but just don't sell it as a product, man. I Someone said if you're training AI, your own art on AI, that's fine. I don't even know. Even that makes me feel icky. Maybe it's just because I'm too dumb to figure that stuff out, though. I don't even know how to train anything. It just sounds so tedious and boring. I feel like I'd rather just use reference or something. Oh, I see what you're saying, like applying a filter. Yeah, that's whatever. Because again, that's just, it's already your art, you're just applying a filter. I think that's fine. There's that one guy who just puts kind of a AI filter over his own live action footage, and it's still funny. I feel like it adds to it rather than takes away. I can't remember what he's called. It was the guy who was in the Smiling Friends episode with the two brothers. I saw one where it was just him in heaven trying to remember a song, and I thought it was pretty good. Wait, oh shit, I'm tracing the same shit again. What is wrong with me? That's what happens when I space out. Yeah, Joel Haver, that's his name. Oh shit, my tablet just disconnected. Oh, I hate when that happens. Yeah, I think it's just the way he delivers stuff. It feels really real. And I don't know, I just find, yeah, you're right. It's just very charming. I watched the Minecraft movie, and I really hate to say it, but I actually came out and I was happy. I was like, yeah, you know what? I was entertained. I went in expecting to just be bored and think, oh, this is just Hollywood slop, which it kind of was, but it was almost in a good way. I laughed out loud multiple times. The shit at the end with the woman marrying a villager made me laugh. Even though again, I can't remember if I talked about this, but the fact that she doesn't even sound like a villager at the end, that did bother me. It's like all they go is like "Arr, arr," and she was more like it's like, how do you mess that up? I don't know. Besides that, it was pretty funny. This building that I'm drawing, I don't even know the full name of. It's cut off in the trailer. All I know is Kent. So whatever it is, Kent, it's here. But I think maybe it's the high school from the game. I'm not really sure what this building is. There's just a bunch of bug-turned children outside of it, so I think it's a school. Ketamine. Ketamine. Kentucky? I don't think so. I really think it's just the name of the school or something. Maybe just a made-up word. Fulp asked you for another wall art? That's pretty sweet of him. No, this is not wall art. I'm not sure what you're referring to. And if anything, it's the other way around. Like I had to ask him if I could do wall art for this site, but he was so fucking nice about it. I still really appreciate that. See, Obamium, you say that, but the theater I watched the Minecraft movie in was so quiet. Like when the moments were happening, I was looking at my girlfriend, just waiting for someone to react or anything. I was like wondering if I should say the things, the funny jokes, but no one said anything, so I just thought if I said anything I would look like an asshole. I think we also watched it at a point where everyone was kind of over it. Yeah, the children were annoyed at us, if anything. I think the thing that annoyed me the most in that movie was at the end with the Iron Golem, and he puts boots on the head of the Iron Golem, and then it's a super fast, like, superhero Iron Golem. I just thought, you know, of all the things, why, first of all, why are the boots on the head? Like, in Minecraft, the head is always a pumpkin. How do you mess that up? Put the boots on the bottom, and also you just can't place armor down, because the whole thing in the movie was like, oh, look at this crazy world where the rules make no sense. Like, that was what they were going for. They were trying to be accurate to the game, but then they just had stuff like that where you're just like, well, if the whole point is just it's following the game's rules super closely, why would you change that? I don't know. There were a few things like that that bothered me. I don't think there were any actual guns. It was like a potato launcher sort of thing. I really feel like what they did was about what you would expect. Like, what even could you have made a movie about? I'm not sure. Personally, I wish it was just an animated thing or something. You know what? There was this YouTube animated Minecraft series forever ago that a bunch of Minecraft animator YouTubers worked on. I can just never remember what it was called. The first episode was like it was like the evolution of the Minecraft world. It started with a pond and then it showed different creatures evolving, like a woolly mammoth or something. I can never remember what it was called, but I thought that was amazing. I felt like, at least as a kid, I did. I really felt like something along those lines would have worked. It was not Minecraft story mode. That was just weird. I didn't really like that even as a kid. No, it was some independent Minecraft YouTube series. It could just be deleted. Maybe it's lost media now. I don't know. It had millions of views from what I remember. It wasn't Villager News. I loved is that what they're called? Elemental animation? I loved that shit as a kid. Even though I was way too young for how much adult jokes there were. I remember I straight up was on the edge of my seat for new episodes. I had to know what was gonna happen if Herobrine would show up. I don't know, in Minecraft story mode, when the pig turned into a pork chop at the end, I just laughed. That did not make me sad. I just thought it was silly. I feel like I have to redo this now. Yeah, I watched a lot of Dan TDM as a kid. But you just hit that age as a kid where you're just like, I am too old for this now. I'm too cool for this. I think it was just any Minecraft YouTuber who made mod showcases into more of a story type of thing. They'd tell little stories with their mod showcases. I always love those. There's absolutely a much easier way to do these windows, but I'm kind of just going brainless right now. I never really got the PewDiePie craze. I remember watching him and I just thought, I don't know. Maybe it's just his voice. People had never heard a Swedish person before. Yeah, I haven't watched him in years either. I remember watching Happy Wheels or something, and that was only because I just loved watching Happy Wheels videos. I always wanted to play Happy Wheels as a kid, but I was way too scared of my parents seeing horrible gore. And I was afraid of gore as a kid, but for some reason Happy Wheels just it looks so stupid. I was not afraid of it. I think I watched one episode of Happy Tree Friends when I was way too young to watch it. I mean, I guess that's probably kind of the point, is they're trying to get kids to watch something they shouldn't be. But yeah, I did not like it at all. I just thought, oh my god, this is too much for me. I'm just not really into gore shit in general. I don't know. I'm sure I could easily tolerate it now, but I don't find just straight up gore that funny. Like, if it's used in a funny way, it can be very funny, but just the entire video is just gore, I don't really find that funny. Just kind of obnoxious. Yeah, it is a weird, there's a difference. Happy Wheels is kind of a fun type of gore, but Happy Tree Friends just, I hate it. I don't know. I do think artistic gore can be fun and interesting though. Like, I've seen a lot of cool art that's just someone's body being fucked up. It can be really cool. Maybe just when it's a little too disturbing, I find it mu too much. There's a threshold, I think. There's a flesh hold for gore. The gore in Rick and Morty is fucking whatever. It's nothing that bad. I don't know. I can't even recall too much of it, really. I just assume it's normal adult cartoon sort of thing. I think because they're all just kind of weird stick figure bodies, it's whatever. It's just aliens being shot in the head and stuff with purple juice flying out a lot of the time. I don't know. I don't think that's too bad. Alright, I gotta draw this train. This is not turning out the way I want it to. Alright, honestly, I'm feeling pretty tired. I think I might want to stop and eat or something. But, thanks to the people who watched all the way. I don't know what you got going on, but thank you for spending your whole day. Not your whole day, whatever. Thank you, you fucks. You stayed way too long, so thank you. Alright, I'm done. Bye, guys. Love you all. Thank you.